Hi, welcome back. Before closing this training, we still have to look at a few topics that are related to dream work, a little bit more tricky to handle, but still meaningful. Let's look at some slides. Colors in dreams are an aspect we may have to understand and look at. They are part of the dream elements that we have to be able to identify. However, a color in dream is likely to have a meaning that is specific to the dreamer. So before considering the symbolic meaning of color, we will need to explore the dreamer's own association with that color. Ask a question like, what does that color remind you of? Or how does that color feel to you? I will also go through a few more symbolic aspects of colors, more generalized meaning. And one of them is black. Of course, if anything in your dream is of a black color, this will indicate something that is more connected to your subconscious, something that you can't quite see clearly or don't know clearly about. It's not obvious to you, it's hidden. That's the meaning of black. Might also be the dark side of your being. Sometimes we dream in black and white, no color. So black and white offers a more limited view on things. Compared to colored images, the black and white only show a very limited side of what is the reality there. So it has that specific meaning, more limited perception. Blue would indicate peace or devotion, usually associated with that kind of energy, meaning. Brown might be connected with the earth, nourishing, but also might be a color that is not very bright, not very pure, not very gentle, possibly. Golden, associated with wealth, richness. Green might be associated with vitality. Gray might indicate weakness, illness, or something that is unclear between white and dark. Grayish, not a clear stand. Orange might stand for fire, possibly explosion or anger. Pink might be related to love, purple to magic, red passion, life, possibly also anger. Silver might be connected to money, violet to spirituality, high level vibration. White is related to consciousness, something that you can see clearly, the bright side of things, or purity. Yellow might be connected to the intellect, the mind, head stuff. So these are some basic understandings of color. Might be a guideline for you to understand some things, but always complement with your own intuition or possible associations. Let's look at a few examples. Here, a man in his 50s. I am back in my home country after a long trip. At the airport, I show my passport and feel happy to find my car again on the parking. It is my old car, my previous car, the one I used to have some time ago. But I know I also have a new car that is waiting for me in another garage in town. It has a bright green color, that one. And I have its key. I'm very much looking forward to use that new car. So what is this dream telling? If you want to have a go at reformulation, please do, and move on when you're ready. Here is my reformulation. I feel back in touch with the energy of my real being, coming back to my home country, my deeper self, after having been out of touch for some time, after a long trip. I have a clear sense of who I am now, my passport, and I feel good, ready to move on positively with my life, driving my car. I realize, however, that I am still functioning with some old patterns. It's my old car. But at the same time, I am aware of a new inner equipment, my new car, which I know is potentially available to me. I don't have it yet, but I know it's there. That one is of a green color, so that one will give me a boost of vitality. I know what I need to do to access that empowered inner space. I have the key, and I have a clear intention to do so. The invitation of this dream is quite clear. It is time for me to start using my new car, my new inner equipment, that one that gives me a stronger energy, a boost of vitality. It's time for me to realize that I have access to a much higher vitality, green color. And of course, I need to make the necessary changes for using that new potential. Other examples have already been given related to colors, like remember the yellow snakes, possibly a more mental origin of this dream element. Red fish, referring to a Chinese experience. White swans or a white dress, indicating purity. Another interesting dream element are the numbers, not so often appearing in our dreams. Here also, possible associations should be checked with the dreamer, asking questions like, what does this number remind you of? How do you feel about it? But another option might be to look at sound similarities, check associations, like 525 in Chinese, Wu are Wu, would sound like Wai Wo, and you know that this is connected with some feeling of personal development, inner growth. Also check the dreamer's personal number. That means it can be obtained by adding the numbers of a birth date. March 18, 1980 would be 1 plus 8 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 0. Totals 27. 2 plus 7 is a 9. So the master number 9 is connected with that specific birth date. A person born on that day would carry the energy of the 9 in his personality, in his functioning pattern. Let's look at what these master numbers may carry in terms of energy. A 0 holds an infinite potential, indicates eternity, timelessness. 1 stands for unity, oneness, new beginnings, being the first, and by extension also leadership, willpower, the self, me. 2 stands for duality, opposites, also partnership, need for balance. 2 extremes, possibility to balance between both. 3 is related to the triangle, vitality, inner power, imagination, or creativity. 4 is related to the square, which indicates grounding, down-to-earth logic, rational thinking. 5, as the sum of 2 plus 3, female plus male, represents life on Earth. It refers to the basic human nature, movement, transformation, change. 6 indicates cooperation, balance, and harmony. 7 is a sacred number, referring to divine perfection. 8 stands for the power of authority, success, material gains, regeneration, and wealth, sometimes also infinity. 9 is the end of a cycle. It has the energy of completion. 10 corresponds to closure, although it is also the 1 associated to the 0. New beginnings and infinite potential. 11 is 1 with a highly increased power. It holds the power of radical transformation and rebirth. 12 holds the power of oneness and duality all together, united in the harmony of the 3, 1 plus 2. So these are meaning that you can add to these master numbers, but it is quite rare that numbers would appear like that in dreams. It can happen, but I have not had examples of this, so I can't give you any specific example. So this is it for this short unit. We still have a few other things to add, but we are reaching the end, and I hope you can summarize all the information that has been provided in this training and start using that appropriately. So see you next time. Bye bye for now.